Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, breaking down the Canes position by position. And to help us do so is the Wholesome One, Dwayne Holloway. You can catch his YouTube channel covering Miami football, HOLSUM, HOLSUM, the number one, the Wholesome One, covering Miami. All right, we worked our way through the offense and the defense. Now we come to the special teams. Bubba Baxa only attempted 12 field goals. That's rather low for an entire football season. So that shows some ineptness in the offense just getting into field goal range, but hit on 9 of 12. The punting was atrocious. But you do have a JUCO transfer coming in, and Lewis Headley to try to shore things up there. I'll let you take us through the gamut of the coverage units, the return units, and, of course, the place kicking and punting.
Of course, the special teams is also the third phase of a game that a lot of people don't want to talk about. And to me, I spoke about this multiple times on my live streams that I do, and also with Miami Hurricanes Talk and Miami Hurricanes Time when we do our new school Canes. Check us out on Tuesday nights when we do that. Um, just so we don't step on the toes on Wednesday nights of the great Cam Underwood and Mark Rogers. So that's why we pick Tuesdays. But anyway, um,
We
special
appreciate
teams.
it. You would probably just overrun us in time. You know that.
Yeah, we know you only keep 58 minutes. You don't get to that hour mark. This past week, man, we were expecting you to let him go over to at least an hour 30. That was kind of funny when he, he was like, I'll give you 30 minutes. I don't have 30. That was kind of funny. But yeah, special teams. Bubba Baxter, he's going to have to get things together. But he was a freshman. 9 to 12. It's not the worst thing. It's not the worst percentage. But at the same time, 12 attempts, that's horrible. Um, 12 attempts is usually some people's halfway through the season percentile. But we bring in Lewis Headley, a JUCO transfer, 6'4", 230, 40 pound punter. He's going to wear number 94 because his one of his idols is The Rock. And The Rock is one of my favorite athletes and people of all time. Also, he's Samoan and black, so my Samoan brother, and he's also, he was a solid football player, a great wrestler, and now a big time movie star. So Lewis Headley looks up to him, and he's one of those guys that I want to see Lewis Headley on the kickoff return. Excuse me, kickoff coverage and go out and smack somebody. It would be nice to see our kickoff kicker out there laying people out because he has the body to do so. But the thing that I'm really focused in on is punt and kick return. I can't remember the last time Miami has had a kick return for a touchdown. And excluding Jeff Thomas's return versus Virginia Tech and DJ Dallas's versus Pitt, you would have to go back 2 seasons for the last punt return touchdown for the University of Miami. That's mind-boggling because under Al Golden, he would only trust freshmen and sophomore on punt and kick return until he got Braxton Berrios and he left him there. And every time a punt went up, Braxton would just he would never return. He would never return the punt. But the 2 or 3 times that he did were versus Florida State, and they were pretty successful. So happy about that. But there are a couple of players who I think would be great at punt and kick return. Let's go over kick return. There's a couple combos that I would like to see. Lorenzo Lingard, if he is healthy, a 5-star running back who was really beat up in high school. He was averaging probably like 20 to 30 carries in high school because he ran a wing T. For people that don't know, wing T is what Georgia Tech used to run, triple option in high school. And that's why his stats were so high. But he was really beat up, and now he's getting healthy with David Feely in the weight room and getting his body conditioned and having to sit out, take that red shirt, and get his body together. I think his elusiveness, but also his hard. He's such a big dude and hard to tackle, but he's very fast and quick. And I think he'd be good on kick return, but he could also be a good lead blocker for Mark Pope, one of the only other 5-star wide receivers on this team, who is Noodles. Noodles is his nickname down here in South Florida. And it's because his legs, when he's running, they pat all out crazy, but he is moving really, really, really fast. and I would love to see him on kick return. Mike Harley to me would be a good kick returner also, but Nigel Bethel, a player who had a punt return in one of our scrimmages at Trash Pile Stadium, the Mecca down here in South Florida, is a Miami Northwestern alum who was a special teams guy in high school, but he was a state and national track guy in the 1, 2, and the 400-meter dash. And the last guy who did stuff like that was a cousin of Santana Moss. So, not saying that Nigel Bethel is Santana Moss by any means, but that kick return is more of making one or two people miss, hitting the lane, and going as fast as you can. Punt return is more of being able to force people to miss tackles, be extremely elusive, maybe even cut the play back and go the opposite way. And that's where you have players like Jeff Thomas who will be great at punt return. But the reason why I wouldn't want Jeff on kick and punt is because he's a starting wide receiver for us on kick return. So, well, for on the offense, and I would prefer him just to be on punt return, take a play or two off, and then come in, as opposed to having to be on kick return and then have to go out there and play offense. So I would just have him on punt return. So Jeff Thomas is my first punt returner. I would also like Mark Pope back there, but Bethel is a guy who I would want because he doesn't get a chance to play much on defense. So to have a fresh legs, fresh wind, fresh lungs back there on special teams to where this is all he has to focus in his first year playing, I think that would be great because everybody else out there on special teams, especially in the ACC Coastal, is a mix of some rotational players, some starters. So they're not going to be as fresh as a guy who only does special teams to the best of his ability. Um, so, like I said, I would love to see Pope and Lingard on kick return, and either Jeff Thomas and Nigel Bethel on punt return.
Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. This is the place to be to dive in with the best discussion, debate, and analysis as we have gone through, I don't know how many teams. I'm going to guess about 25 to 30 teams, position by position, including, of course, Miami with the wholesome one, Dwayne Holloway. So you take the knowledge, the information, the insight that you gained here, you check on his channel over at the wholesome one, HOLSUM, the number one, the wholesome one, tracking Miami football, starting with that big Florida showdown on August 24th. But before that, it's, of course, ACC kickoff, where we hear Manny Diaz and company and what they have to say. And then, of course, we go into August camp. All right, wholesome one, we appreciate you stopping by and laying down the law for us.
No problem, Mark. I truly appreciate it. This was a blessing, a great opportunity to go position by position and be able to show on a big stage. You know, you've given me a nice stage. Hopefully, I came on and I smashed it out the park, home run, touchdown, Canes,
You
representing the
got it.
University of Miami.
You nailed it.